Guys who did something stupid for a girl, what did you do? When I was 20 I was dating a girl my own age and was absolutely in love with her for a while. For Valentine's Day I brought home a large sheet of cardboard from work and cut it into a giant heart. I bought a red sweatshirt and some various paints and made my most embarrassing outfit to date. I painted the giant heart red and cut out an oval in the middle. I wrote on the heart, "Will you be my," then wrote Valentine on the shirt. I painted my face red, stuck it through the hole in the cardboard, and then showed up *80 her job to surprise her. Fortunately, she thought it was cute. So did her gay co-worker. I drive long-haul bus routes. Some dude shows up without luggage one day to travel across the state. Weird. I asked him, "No bags?" "No man. I'm going to prison. Have to report for sentencing tomorrow." "Oh yikes. Don't mean to pry." "What for?" I totally meant to pry, because I wasn't about to have murderer or some psycho rapist on my bus for 9 hours. "Oh. I'm going to prison for this girl. She got caught with a bunch of drugs in her car. I was riding with her. It was gonna be her third strike, so I told the cops they were mine. I love her, man. She'll be waiting for me when I get out," she says. I got on my bicycle and rode 18 miles to see my GF. My girlfriend lived 28 miles away. If you haven't done the math yet, my tire popped at 18 miles. She crashed her bike going down a paved road, so I did the same to impress her, or to make her feel better. I really don't know my reasoning. She landed in the ditch. I did not. Not me, but back in middle school a friend of mine made a graffiti on the wall of a girl's house in the middle of night, saying he loved her. He misspelled her name. Edit. Enrolled in the same uni, she stopped talking to me 2 weeks later. Smartphone contract. 2 years 45 monthly. After 6 months she left me. Now I have 2 phones and 70 to pay every month. A girl was leading me on, but also being obvious about it. I was stupidly believing I could change her ways and get her to actually date me. She had revealed she always wanted a giant teddy bear. So for her birthday/Valentine's Day I bought a giant bear costume from Amazon and like 90 roses. The idea was one for every day I had known her. Creepy and cringy af looking back. Anyhow, she called me drunk the night before and screamed meanness *** at me, and I finally broke down and told myself she was a ***TTY person because she always was terrible to me, and I let myself think I could change that because I was desperate to not be alone. In the end I created a sign that said "Free bear hugs and roses for Valentines" and wore the bear suit onto our college campus on Valentine's Day to give away all the roses. It made so many people happy that it was one of the best things I've ever done. So many hugs and girls were crying because they didn't have to feel so alone on a ***TTY commercialized holiday. It was cool. Plus the football players all took a flower and hugged me, which was surprisingly wholesome. Did it yesterday, after her telling me she doesn't know what she wants, and that she doesn't think she wants a relationship right now. I left flowers on her doorstep with a card thanking her for the fun times we've had. When I was 16 I wanted to buy my girlfriend a ring for her birthday. I had been working and saved up. My plan was to get a silver ring with her birthstone and pay around $600-700. I go to a jewelry store at the local mall and discover it is going out of business soon and had 70% off diamond rings. What an amazing deal. I thought, why not get a diamond for the same price? Fast forward to her birthday party and she's opening her gifts in front of her entire family and friends. She opens mine and immediately lights up and puts the diamond ring on her ring finger. The room gasped and I nearly passed out. I realized immediately what I had done. I had bought an engagement ring. I thought her dad was gonna kill me right there. But after telling them what happened and out of convincing they finally realized how funny it was, I exchanged the ring the next day. This girl I really liked ages ago didn't really know who I was. I gave her a wig for her birthday and it was probably the creepiest thing ever to her. I thought it was a surefire way to win her heart, get married and all that Disney crap. 15-year-old me was stupid. Back in elementary school, a girl asked me to be her bodyguard. I said yes and got beat up the next break by 5 boys. Grew my hair long because she asked me to. She stopped going out with me. I kept growing it and wasn't successful with women until I got it cut. Moved across the country to go to a university near her. She dumped me 4 weeks later. P.S. My life turned out great as a result of my decision to attend this school, so it has a happy ending. Getting up from the bleachers to play ped dodgeball, I tried to pull my sweatpants off while yelling "Let's do this." Ended up yanking off everything, boxers and all. In high school I saw a girl I liked walking with her friend. My genius brain decided I needed to impress her, so I decided skipping backwards and saying some quip would make me noticeable for sure. I started skipping backwards and said better get to class. I attempted to turn around while skipping and almost face planted but caught myself. Was in a long distance relationship with her. Flew back for Valentine's Day, turned up with flowers. To see her through the window, sitting on the lap of her ex. Edit. Thanks for the silver. Gave her a chocolate bar with a golden ticket to go out with me. I got denied. I'll let another kid punch me in the face. It worked. Edit. Holy S *** T. Golden silver? Of course the first time I get either is on a comment about me getting punched in the face. Anyways, a lot of people were asking for context, so I'll give a short version. This kid was trying to impress this girl by trying to start a fight with someone I know. This girl didn't like violence, so I told him that he could punch me in the face, but make it look real. I made a rap. No, I genuinely am too cringed about it to post it. Edit. Checked my backups. Weren't a lot. Didn't find anything. The paper I wrote it down must be gone. This was 10 years ago. Also ask my friend who had a studio back in the day. I recorded it there with horrible ad-libs and was quite sure he didn't have the MP3 anymore. In middle school I dated a guy who carved my initials into his leg. Flattering, I guess. In high school this girl who I was close friends with but also had a not so secret crush on told me once how she really loved those huge 7-foot tall teddy bears, so I told her one day I'd buy her one and she laughed, writing it off as a joke. Fast forward like 3 years later when we're going to the same local college and reconnected after slowly drifting apart after high school. She tells me one day that she's sick, so I do the only logical thing. Drive to Costco after class, drop $200 on that huge teddy bear, stuff it into the backseat of my tiny Honda Civic, drive incredibly dangerously since the bear is taking up my entire rear window, then show up at her front door. She says it feels too weird and romantic given our past, me having that not so secret crush back in high school and her having to tell me multiple times that we're better off as friends. So I do the whole drive back and return the bear. Started smoking cigarettes, said it. I'm smoking a nicotine vape right now reading these replies. I did nothing. Was basically head over heels for a girl who was clearly interested in me. My anxiety prevented me from acting on the clearly displayed interest she had in me. A girl who strung me along for like 2 years in high school, admired the nice bowls I was turning on the lathe in Woods class. I made her my biggest and best one yet, like fruit bowl size. Took weeks. I'm convinced it got smashed because she didn't care about me. It was amazing. Cherry, walnut, and ambrosia maple. I didn't end up doing it, but my senior year of high school my then girlfriend wanted me to quit marching / concert / symphonic band so that we could spend time together over the fall break. Our band was going to perform in the massive Thanksgiving Day parade. My parents had already paid $1,000 each for the week-long trip to New York City for my sister and I, and playing the saxophone was something that I had loved since I was in elementary school. I really considered it, but I'm pretty sure, even if I wanted to there was no way my parents would let me and just be out 1K. I went up, at that time, the tallest ride in Asia, where they send you up and drop you straight down. I'm absolutely terrified by heights. I drank a jar of pickle juice as a dare. 5 minutes later I was covered in pickled vomit. First girl I asked out, I left a chalk outline of a body on her driveway, along with a, clearly fake, police report indicating I was dying to go out with her. Yeah. I still cringe at the memory. Edit. This blew up. Thanks for the silver guys. And to everyone asking, I did know her, and we had been flirtatious with each other. One of her friends assured me she would say yes to something creative. She did not say yes. Dude I knew. His GF of 3 months breaks up with him before study abroad. He says they can do long distance. She says she wants to enjoy her time and doesn't want to date. She goes to Europe. He empties his bank account to buy a ticket to Europe. He shows up at her apartment. She had given out her address to get care packages from friends/family. She is shocked and freaked out to find him sitting by her front door. She flips out on him and tells him that he cannot stay with her. He had already emptied his bank account, so he spent the next week and a half trying to find places to sleep and finally just staying in the airport until his flight. Things that seem romantic in the movies are not in real life. Knew another dude that drove 14 hours to see his college GF of 2 months at her family's house in New Orleans over fall break. She didn't invite him, and he thought she was rude for being upset since he drove so far to see her for the weekend. Her family was freaked out since she was a freshman and had a dude follow her for a 4-day weekend. Not me but a friend. When we were in elementary school, my friend had a huge crush on this girl. So one day he decides to ask her to be his girlfriend. So he brings flowers and a note saying, I love you, meet me at the basketball hoops. So he puts the flowers in her locker. We didn't have keys for our lockers. Then he slips the letter to her and goes to the basketball hoops. She gets there too. Then he asked her out. She said no. So out of sadness my friend climbs on a tree and says, if you aren't going to say yes, I'm gonna jump. Yeah, it was still a no, and he jumps down on his feet and twists his ankle. She then moved to another city far away. This was in 3rd grade. Cool. One I can answer. I had a breakup that really hurt me emotionally. Another girl comes along to manipulate me. We were together for a while when I decided to enlist to the military. She was upset, so she convinced me to get an apartment with her that she could live in while I'm gone. Fast forward to 3 months after I left, I found out she opened a credit card in my name, $1,000, repeatedly cheated on me, and trashed the apartment. This was almost 3 years ago, and I'm still dealing with the repercussions. Edit. I would say the worst part of all this was the mental aspect of being manipulated. The financial part was bad, only because I wasn't making a ton of money before enlistment, and not so much after. Not me but my grandfather. After returning from WWII, he asked my grandmother on a date. She said that she would only date a guy with a convertible. Being persistent, my grandfather cut the roof off his car and asked her again. They were married for over 50 years. I gave her all my thoughts, all my time, all my energy. Did my best to be a great listener and have great back and forth communication to fix all at any issues we would encounter. We were happy, I thought, until one day she started to back off. We talked and what she told me left me speechless. Apparently she had me so high up in a pedestal that after an occasion where I had to cancel due to my sick grandmother, she felt sick and couldn't function. She told me she needed to be able to function when I couldn't be there and that she needed time away from me so she can relearn to do that. I didn't know what to think then, and I still don't know now. Thank you everyone who took their time to comment and reply no my nonsense, and thank you to the kind stranger who gave me my first silver. This can be a great community. I once pretended to be drunk and I flirted with her best friend to try and make her jealous, and then because of that she said that I wasn't who she thought I was and she stopped liking me. I wanted to make her think I was cool, but instead I made her think I was an ass. Moved across the US, East Coast to West Coast, for her, when I really wanted to go back home to Asia. When I was around 15, I got really frustrated that a girl that I had known for a while did not want to like me and get together. I was texting her in the middle of class and the teacher made a comment about it, and she made me hand over the phone and something snapped in me. I threw a chair across the room, hit my desk, which broke my hand, and I broke down crying. I thought about it today and it still makes me cringe sometimes. and I apologize to my teacher and everyone included. The girl is now one of my closest friends. Edit. I threw the chair and then slammed my hand into the desk for the people that are confused. Make sure to like and subscribe for more daily content. Thanks for watching.